We're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Slumber, a Liminal Horror 8-episode miniseries, and this is episode 6. Catch the tales yet told drip. Shout out Kendo. Meet us after the break for some Bad House announcements. Our usual content warnings for the show can be found by the Twitch command, !SCW. Cast command is Slumber, !Slumbercast. And the little summary of the show can be found at !Slumber. Also, don't forget that you can help our dreamers by sending us 3,000 channel points for a -1 on their rolls that will unfortunately disappear after every episode. In Liminal Horror, -1s are very good because they need to roll below their stats to succeed. And their stats are getting pretty low at this point of the game, y'all. We've already had one death. I am Oleander. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me at Straight Nerd Boy in a lot of different places, and I am your game master tonight. I shall throw it over to Josephine.
Hello, everyone. I am Josephine at Scary Dog Friend, and I was the once Harlan Yoon, and I am now the ethereal, ever perfect, now kind of half-turned sexy hot wolf, Honey. I'll pass it over to Abhishek.
Hey everyone, my name is Abhishek Batange, at Neon Raiden, most places on the internet. I am playing the lovely, wonderful, fantastic, perfect model, Layla. Gotta keep it going. And I will pass it off to Sean next.
What's up, everybody? My name is Sean. I use he, him pronouns. That's Post Malone, the cat. I don't know if you can see him on the stream, but anyway, I'm playing Tyler Crow, the depressed line cook who is trying desperately to make it through the night. And I'll throw it back over to Kendo.
Hey everybody, my name is Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. I use any all pronouns, and once more, I'm sitting in the suspenders of Dr. James Dunnington, the only man here with some sense, here to protect his surrogate son, who doesn't know that he's been adopted. And I'm gonna pass it on off back to Josephine. I don't know if you had any
Yes.
things with that.
Once again, starting right now, you can enter in the chat !Sandman and enter a raffle to be the owner of six digital copies of official Liminal Horror modules from Goblin Archives. We'll be doing a couple for tonight, just depending on how many people we can throw these download keys at, honestly. There'll be a winner before break and probably right at the very end. If you are a winner, please make sure that your Twitch whispers are set to strangers so that we can get a best email for you. Take it away, Oleander.
All right, everyone, let's dive into our little not-so dreamscape. At 7:43 p.m., the entirety of Crescent Valley City fell asleep. The nightmares of the people came to life, from things as small as the terror of a child left alone in the library, to the paranoia of those roaming the streets constantly watched by the sirens. A handful of dreamers woke up, guided by a golden sheep named Myriad, to head towards a Catholic church that tested their faith in more ways than one. They all realized that Myriad had led them into a trap, straight to a ghoulish gargoyle that claimed to have once been mortal and now be more. This monster recoiled at the title of demon and asked for the devotion of the dreamers, but was met only with defiance. Myriad seems to have been held hostage to a certain degree, but now with all the pieces of themselves reunited into a new form, they grant the dreamers respite in the chapter house. Dr. James Dunnington, having realized there's a light at the end of the tunnel, is angered to have found some semblance of faith to keep pushing forward. Tyler Crow realized that their mother was held captive by that grotesque creature and learned to let go and move on, as unfortunately she is lost. Tyler and James came to a closer understanding than ever before, bonding over what was it, Watch Mojo and anime. And Honey proved that she could be trusted by the group, at least for now, as she is warped by the strangeness of the dreamscape into more canine features, and strikes down the gargoyle that called itself the Shepherd. And Layla Patel came to a place of understanding with Honey, as the two would form a femme fatale alliance of sorts to make it through the horrors. We find ourselves in the chapter house after all of this, with stained glass windows towering over our little dreamers. All with questions, they all approach the now humanoid, yet still fluffy, dream guide known as Myriad, who sits cross-legged in the center of the room. So, that brings us to right now in the moment. You all had just come out of your little separate conversations with each other. You've had a little bit of time to rest. So I guess that just brings us to who's got something to say to Myriad first?
I think Honey, who very clearly has gotten here late, doesn't know what's going on, doesn't have really anything that she needs to say to Myriad. Like, with her arms nonchalantly crossed over, she looks at Dr. James Dunnington and is like, I think this is your deal, your call.
It's sure, fine, okay. Myriad.
That would be my name.
Yeah, no, I know. I guess I'm in thinking I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group. Do any of you care about the more existential questions that I may ask this sheep about the nature of all of this and what it is? And
Go for it, old man.
Knock yourself out.
okay, all right, Myriad. Let's start from basics. What are the things that are true about the world and who you are and your place in it that we don't already know?
Starting from the beginning, I am, as I said I was. I am a dream guide. And this is indeed a situation where the veil has been torn between the dreamscape and the waking world that you all live in. The things that were untrue are that you all are not the only dreamers. There are others, but I'm not sure when they will wake up. I'm not sure if any of them already are awake. The reality is that while I was doing my job, while I was simply guiding others, I eventually found out that a mortal had discovered their way into the dreamscape. I went to investigate and I was captured. But I was able to trap myself and that monster that we just encountered before in that tunnel. But when the veil was torn, I could fit through the gaps and they could not. And so they broke me into pieces and they sent me to find more people for their flock. So yes, I did lie. And I'm sorry about that. But Didn't know what else to do.
Other than put our lives in danger.
Your lives were already in danger.
I think the difference between the more passive, we're in a bad world, and the more active, we're fighting. So, I guess, was the gargoyle thing the person that you were looking for originally that captured you, or a different person that captured you?
Yes, the being that had called itself the Shepherd was once a mortal that discovered a way into the dreamscape, but the path was paved with the blood of the innocent in an awful ritual some time ago. Because as they said, they quote-unquote ascended and were no longer a mere mortal. They arrived, they caused problems. I was trapped with them, and unfortunately for them, in the dreamscape, only a mortal can kill me. I'm not sure why. I didn't invent being a dream guide, I simply am one. They had given up traditional mortality for power. When the great slumber fell upon your city, they'd been hurting me for what would have been maybe months or years to you all, and not entirely sure since we don't really track time in the dreamscape. When the veil was torn between both worlds by someone else, which we can get to whenever you all are ready for that information, that's when they sent me through. I felt as though I could help fix it all if I were one again, but they didn't want me to be one again.
Okay. So this other person ascended. He's the gargoyle, the shepherd, right? Ascended through some kind of ritualistic means. So there are avenues in which regular people like us could have some power over this dream world we find ourselves in.
Potentially.
Are they all soaked in blood?
Quite a lot are.
But not all.
Not all. The ones that don't require blood take quite a bit longer.
We talking years?
Going by the way time moves for you all, probably upwards of a decade at the least.
Understood. Okay.
Of course,
And Myriad gestures to Honey, who, you know, is kind of wolfed up right now.
Honey is still mortal, but prolonged exposure to the dreamscape can potentially lead to it warping you.
Permanently, or just in the dreamscape, turning to like kind of having had mostly been trying to ignore Honey's kind of changed look, but
Permanently.
Understood.
Honey, I apologize that you will have fangs for potentially ever.
So far, so good, honestly.
Okay. Okay. So with that, okay, I guess assuming our final goal is to find the other person who ripped open the hole or melded our two worlds together, do you have any actual useful information for us
Yeah.
about who they are, what their
Yes, I do.
ability? Okay, great, wonderful.
So, when that mortal had entered the dreamscape and warped themselves into the nightmare that we all just saw with their cult's aid, it got attention in your world, however long it must have taken. An insomniac of sorts named Richson heard about it, studied it scientifically rather than theologically. They work for what you all call a corporation, and the few times I guided their dreams between long stretches without sleep far in the past, I discovered that they were studying the connection to the dreamscape used by the cult. Their higher-ups wanted to exploit the dreamscape. They had their own plans. Richson was a heartbroken child that grew up to experience another tragedy, and they were devoted to a dream that could never become reality. Yet again, a mortal would attempt to pierce the veil, but this time, rather than becoming a dream, they wanted to bring their dream here. And with me eventually being captured by that monster and having my sense of self shattered, I was powerless to stop them. And now here we are.
So you're like the only dream guide? There was no one
Well,
else.
in my absence, theoretically, another would have been assigned, but I don't know where they are currently. Because obviously they haven't helped you. And before you ask, yes, assigned, I don't know from who. None of us do. I barely ever see the others. There are a lot of mortals that dream, a lot of work to be done. I guide people. My instincts tell me where to guide. Everything that's happened to me is an anomaly.
Okay. Well, we have the who, what, and when.
And that brings us to where, potentially. Right?
Yeah?
I feel them in the highest point of your city. And you all, having lived in Crescent Valley City, you would know that there is a company called the Clover Corporation that is actually has the tallest skyscraper in your particular city. And they tend to, they're a tech company that like prides itself on, oh, we didn't leave for Silicon Valley over in on the West Coast. We stayed right here in Crescent Valley. And everyone's like, yeah, tech company in our city. Whoa. That's kind of the energy that they have. But they kind of just work on all sorts of different kinds of technology. And they, well, it's a bunch of greedy tech bros. What else can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Myriad goes on to continue. They're in the highest point of your city. They used some sort of machine that we would have to deactivate, and then I can seal the veil back. I'm afraid that now, however, that this phenomenon has happened on such a large scale, it is likely that more studies will happen. It'll be seen as a scientific breakthrough with no regulations surrounding it anywhere. The likelihood of this happening again on a different scale years from now are not zero. When this nightmare ends, you will have a new one to deal with as your society rewards greed. My only hope is that what happens today will be a wake-up call to everyone, not just the few who endured the worst of the nightmares.
You've been
Now, if you're
observing
ready.
this. Sorry.
Sorry, no. Please continue.
You've been observing us for a while, huh?
It's all I really am able to do.
I mean,
Everyone sleeps, but most people don't remember.
it's true. So you're
To
the
a certain
little...
extent, I'm just a memory that everyone forgets.
Kind of sad. Well, the one thing about this even potentially being any kind of wake-up call is that has it been a full day yet? I don't, like, none of us would really even...
Y'all don't know. Every
Yeah,
attempt
right.
you've had to like look at a clock, the clock has given no real like updates on the time. It doesn't seem like it has like the like you can't see the sky either with how thick the fog outside is. It's time has been weird. The only update you do have is that when Tyler opened up Watch Mojo, they saw a thumbnail of the video going viral of Crescent Valley City's news anchors whose broadcasts were in fact reaching other cities.
Yeah.
Falling asleep at their desks and the broadcast running until the broadcast stopped.
Yeah.
That's really the only knowledge you have, is that the rest of the world does seem to know that something has happened in Crescent Valley.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Regardless, maybe it's been past 24 hours by now, but you can certainly expect people on certain boards of health, psychology, or whatever, the greedy bastards, beyond even these specific studies, they're probably gonna say it's only been about less than 2 days that we've experienced this. I mean, of course, unless this keeps going on for the next year or something along those lines, someone's gonna have to try to breach Crescent Valley. But you can certainly, I could bet an amount of money that no one's gonna care still.
That's very possible. You all would know your people better than I.
So, first of all, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So Tyler says, so if somebody knows what's going on here, what would happen theoretically if somebody outside of the city, not affected by the slumber, tried to come to the city?
Well, while the slumber is still active, as soon as they come in contact with the mist, they'd likely fall asleep.
So it's like an area of effect thing.
As of right now, yes. Thankfully, you all destroyed the thing that wanted to expand the slumber.
That was my next question, if it was going to expand, but only if there is someone who sort of, again, paved their way in blood to become this dream immortal. There needs to be some kind of cause for it to expand.
Yes, someone would have to do it. As of right now, whoever this Richson person is, who's... Excuse me. Whoever this Richson person is at the highest point in the city, their machine has at the very least ripped the hole over Crescent Valley City. I'm unsure whether or not it's capable of expanding more, if there's something stopping them, or if they've chosen to stop. We just need to deactivate it.
Do we have to kill him?
I don't believe so. But also, if they're willing to risk this entire city, then they likely might put up a fight. Who knows? I suppose it'll depend on how things go when you first encounter them.
Do you know what we should be expecting, or what to expect? Do you feel any, power or something?
You can expect that the building will likely be very distorted. Dreams are Dreams don't operate by logic. Dream guides are the only reason any of it makes any sort of sense. Me being there will hopefully allow us to always know where the path is, but I can't tell you that it'll be easy.
So what if we just left? Could we just leave the city and then not be affected by the slumber anymore? If it seems like it's only limited to the city.
I won't stop you from trying to leave. The question is, would you leave everyone here behind?
And I kind of turn to everybody else and say, would you?
I personally have no problem turning back, but I would also not mind to get some of my life back.
Same here, I guess.
What about you, Doctor? You were itching to get out of here just a while ago.
Well, I don't know. I would certainly love to go back to life as I knew it. Not to say my life was great and all, but...
Could you even go back?
I would. But, I don't know. Yeah.
Do you believe that we can stop him?
I mean, there's a certain point where my belief if we can stop him doesn't particularly matter as much as it is a necessity that we try.
I believe in you all. You all at least
That's it.
saved me. From a giant monster.
And I looked at the professor
mind
and
you.
I say, I look at the professor and I say, well, Myriad believes in us. So, I was watching a video today that said we don't have to believe in ourselves. We can just believe in the Myriad that believes in us.
Fucking God. Oh, that was...
When you get out of here, Tyler, I think you're really gonna like Gurren Lagann.
Oh my God, you both are such fucking nerds. Oh my...
And you're stuck here with us, so it doesn't necessarily make you any better now, does it?
Look, I already have one fucking nerd in my life. I don't need two more. So, yeah. The less about that, the better.
Well, we're stuck together until we at least fix this shit, so... Unless you want to go now, I wouldn't blame you.
I think I can kill anyone.
I hate that I believe you. No, don't. No.
But my brain thought it really fast, and then my mouth didn't stop it from coming out.
I understand. Do better.
Not do
Yes,
better.
Myriad, I do have one question, kind of unrelated to much of anything going on. But you said you've been kind of watching for some time. I don't know if that means watching us, watching the area, or what you do or don't know. But I do have one question. Do you know... And he takes a long pause. Do you know if my sister is still nearby?
Yes. They live in the city. I've guided their dreams before. I've guided many of your dreams before.
He kind of ponders that and smiles at the thought that she's still here. And he looks up and he says, well, that's all I need to know. And kind of with a second wind and looking like the first time he has something to fight for and something to rally for, he says, I'm ready when you are.
I guess...
Myriad.
Yeah. I guess, Myriad, we should really talk about, is there literally anything you can do? Is there any abilities that you have, regardless of if you view them as helpful or not, that you have that we could potentially use to our advantage? Do you have telepathy to communicate with us so we don't have to speak aloud? Do you have, literally anything?
Number one, I can guide you through the unnavigatable. Number two,
That's useful.
I now have thumbs.
When did that happen?
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
I think when he became a twink.
What is a
Wow.
twink?
Oh, we're not getting into it.
You're in the dreams of every person and you don't know what a twink is?
Well, I don't know
Oh,
all
you
of
have
your
so much to learn.
terminology.
Fair question to ask.
Oh, you have so much to learn.
Oh, okay.
Just, if we survive this, just find someone. Find someone.
Simply cannot get into that right now. We're gonna take a quick tech break. Get some tech stuff settled, but we will be right back. See you in a second. We're back.
Hello,
Sorry.
everyone. Welcome back from tech break. Last we had left off, everyone had kind of gone through a good chunk of their questions towards Myriad and seemed to have a direction forward, choosing between simply attempting to leave this city or seeing if they can end the ongoing nightmares. And Tyler, thinking about the fact that they have a sibling in the city, takes a stand and says yes, they will try to fight for it. And did everyone follow suit on that?
Honey specifically, I think when Tyler, there's this like very valiant leader like Halo, almost like anime sparkling all over him. Honey goes to his side and like loops her arm through his and looks at him kind of like, blinking her little eyelashes at him. I'll follow you wherever you go.
Me? You're gonna follow me?
Yeah.
Cool. I guess we're gonna like protect each other, right? Because that's what we do.
I glance at Layla. Yeah, exactly.
And how are Layla and James feeling in this moment?
Very visibly shaking his head no. There is no subtlety. There is just like a no. This
Yeah, Layla's just like sort of just rolling her eyes. She's not really like giving off as visceral of a reaction as Dr. James is, but you can tell she's like, oh my fucking god, here we go.
And Myriad kind of stands up from their like seated position on the floor, and they're not very tall. I don't know how tall each of you are, but I would say they're probably shorter than all of you.
But for some reason, I'm picturing handsome Squidward, but with sheep ears.
Honestly, that's so fucking funny. But yeah, Myriad just stands up and goes,
Well, we just have to get to the highest point in your city then. Everyone is ready.
We need to get more weapons or something.
You just know a place where you can just go get weapons?
Well, no, but I do know where we could find a bunch of sleeping cops.
That's a good idea.
Not bad, yeah.
yeah.
We do have to kind of evade if those ghost cops are still around. But I know where
But,
to
I mean,
go.
if you pay taxes, then you own a cop's gun. So,
And there
really,
we
it's just
go.
us reclaiming our property.
so, with Honey putting the, going to the scene of the, bank robbery that she woke up in, on the table. Is that where everyone is headed?
I'm following Honey, which is crazy because she just said she was following me, and now I'm following her, totally thinking she's following me, but I'm clearly following her.
Looks like you've been honey trapped.
I've officially been honey potted.
Hey. Layla dies. Next scene.
Death drops.
Good night, everybody.
Death drops. Yeah. I think none of us have weapons anymore. Like I only have one bullet left.
I have my taser, but that's it.
Yeah,
I have
we need
two bullets
range.
left.
I have a bullet. It's in my pocket.
A bullet, no gun.
Throw it really
That's
hard.
nice. Anyway,
You all, as you like come to this conclusion, Myriad walks over towards the door of the chapter house, and goes,
We shouldn't have any trouble getting out now. We should just be able to get out through the front door. Unless you all would prefer exiting a different way.
let's just try.
and at that, Myriad grabs the doorknob to the chapter house, and when they open the door and swing it open, it is a completely regular cloister, unlike the horrifying abyss of darkness and endless right turns. And you can actually see the Garth sitting directly in the center of this rectangular, I guess, plaza of sorts. You can see little pathways that jut out from the gaps in the cloister, and the bushes and plant life, and a little fountain in the center of the cloister. And you can see on the other side, opposite side of this rectangle, the doors that lead back to the main chamber of this Catholic church. And as you all go through the cloister, and around where there used to be strange shadow creatures that were chasing you through the walls, a rather peaceful walk. And as you swing the doors open to the chamber, you see all of the people sitting unaware of what has happened, still asleep in the seats of the Catholic church that you all entered through. And the front door that you all originally came in, that lost its doorknobs, has its handle once more. You all exit the chamber, and find yourselves back out into the misty streets of Crescent Valley City. You look around, and as you saw before, people are strewn out on the streets itself, on the sidewalks mostly. You see cars parked everywhere, and you can see the places in the area where the traffic jammed before the Slumber hit. You all are planning on heading around the way to get to that bank robbery. And as you do, as you carefully move your way through the streets, Honey, you probably are leading the charge since you know where the bank robbery is.
Yep.
You do at certain points, like, Myriad tells you all to stop, and you can see, like, off in the distance, you can see the blue, red going by on different city blocks, but so bright that in the mist it just blooms brighter and brighter. It almost looks like blue and red flames moving down the blocks that you can't even see. The ambient lighting bouncing these colors through the streets. And sooner or later, you find yourselves in front of one of Crescent Valley City's banks. And yeah, you see multiple police cars pulled out front. And let's say in this, you guys can find potentially, let's see here.
While
Let me
you're
roll some die.
I was gonna say, while you're rolling, I think we're walking up, and up until this point, Tyler's brain has been like, oh, Honey knows where the police station is, and that's where we were going. Didn't know we were walking up on a burglary in progress until we're like right up on it. And then like slowly like turns to Honey as he's starting to like collect like what kind of person that he is hopelessly head over heels about, and is like, so how'd you know this would be here?
I was robbing the bank.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. I think that's a good foundation to build a friendship on, that you're just kind of forthcoming about stuff. So I don't know.
Shut up. Pick a gun. Pick up a gun, Tyler.
Good call. Good call.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
So
Poor innocent sap.
as you all are picking stuff up, you find actually 5 regular pistols, each with a full clip, as the bank robbery did not escalate to violence before everyone fell asleep. And also, you all find 3 armored vests, which would give you a +1 armor that would take away from any damage that you would take. But there's only 3.
Layla's immediately grabbing an armored vest.
Honey, or Tyler's gonna grab one and hand it to Honey.
Oh, you know, I did just become super jacked, so I think that could go to you, Tyler.
I mean, I want to make sure that all of you are safe.
I'll be super safe.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm stronger than probably all of you.
That's yeah. Hey, I was watching this thing on YouTube earlier about I love a woman who would actually just kill me. So,
And what did you learn from that one?
that I get it. I understand.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk later,
Let's
Tyler,
talk. Yeah,
about that, huh?
Yeah, we can talk and stuff.
Layla's just immediately just like almost gagging at like the sound is just like, let's talk more. Grab, lover boy, just like grab some actual like gear that we can actually use. You know.
Are there?
I don't grab without consent.
Oh my fucking god! Just get the fucking guns.
Are there
I will-
handcuffs?
Yeah, we can find some handcuffs. You can get every single one of the officers would have a pair of handcuffs, so there'd be 5 handcuffs since the 6th cop was chasing Roscoe before everyone fell asleep.
We should each grab a walkie-talkie.
That's also
that's
valid.
smart.
Mm,
Smart.
I will also point out that you guys found 5 pistols. So who would want the extra one?
Well, I already
Um,
have one.
I give it to Myriad.
Okay.
You gave Myriad a gun? Yes,
Yeah.
Myriad
Okay.
has,
No,
Myriad
Good
has
He's
idea.
got
thumbs.
thumbs now.
He's
Good
got
idea.
thumbs now.
He does have thumbs. That's true.
Myriad has the gun in their hand, and they're like looking at it for a moment, and they like try to figure out how to hold the gun.
Jesus
And they're
Christ.
like this, and they're like
No.
point
Keep
it
your-
like forward, but it's like completely backwards in their hand.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right. Okay. Now I walk over and I go, "Okay, Myriad," and I put the gun in his hand the proper way. And I go, "Okay, so you hold it like this, where the hole isn't looking at you, because when you pull that trigger, the thing that will kill someone is going to come out of the hole. And what direction do you think you want the hole to be when that happens?"
Oh, I see.
Of course. Also, don't put your finger on that trigger until you are ready to pull it. You do not want to accidentally pull
Keep
it.
your booger hook off the bank switch till you're ready to bring the heat.
I think that might be too much for Myriad at this point.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if we're ready for slaying.
I think this is incredibly funny considering Dr. James had no trigger discipline at the beginning of the story.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like,
No,
why is the doctor with no trigger discipline the one teaching the sheep who doesn't
He understands it in theory.
I understand it in theory. And I also wasn't paying attention. Like, I'm not a practiced person. I understand it. But I mean, when doing it, I probably am not
true.
thinking about it.
Right, when you got a meat suit woman in front of you, it's harder to remember trigger discipline.
Okay,
Truly.
so
mean,
Myriad
fair.
and Honey don't have the armor, but we all have walkie-talkies, and not Honey is just like, you just see her taking handcuffs off of people's bodies, and she's just like, anybody else?
Sure.
I'll take one, fuck it.
Cool. We'll give everybody handcuffs.
We should take batons.
Are there
You
batons?
can take batons.
Okay,
That would be just a regular improvised. Actually, it says D6.
D6? And are the pistols
both
D6 as well?
The
or
pistols are
they...
also D6, but
Okay.
they also have range. So that's what makes them
Okay.
more dangerous.
I'm also like going to search the cops for like they would probably have like those black like nitrile rubber gloves on them.
Oh yeah, that would be like
I'm-
in the supplies in the cars.
Right. I'm gonna get a pair of those and I'm gonna take them over to Dr. James, noticing the like still tears on his hands from the pews, and say this'll help you manage that.
Thanks. Appreciate it. And we'll take out a pair and start putting them on. Look,
So, oh, go on.
kid. I put a hand on Tyler's shoulder. I get it, but I, as someone who was quite literally married to a woman who tried to kill me, I get it. You don't actually want to be with someone who will kill you.
That might be true, but I do want to be with someone before I die.
There are so many people.
I don't know how much
Billions.
time I've got. I don't know if you've looked around, but like
I don't think right now is a great time to start thinking about that. I assume you haven't watched anime. I assume you've watched horror movies.
I haven't watched anime. You know what I have done though? I grew up in a religious home that told me I wasn't allowed to have sex until I was married, but also made me scared that the rapture could happen at any second. So I was in a constant state of, am I going to get to have sex with somebody before I die? And that is really ramped up right now because of everything that's happening.
I get it. Of the groups of people who die first in horror movies, I want you to name them in order from most likely to like the most likely to die first to last. Black people. We'll get that one.
Okay, you had
The
to
next-
say it. I couldn't say it. You had to say it.
The next group.
Usually it's like the asshole boyfriend, right? Or the shitty girlfriend, right?
And what are they usually doing when it happens?
Having sex.
Ding. All right. Keep that in your mind.
Okay, but you're still alive, so I'm safe.
Layla and I
Yeah.
are having
You
a
said it. I didn't.
conversation.
You said it.
Yeah.
Layla and I are looking at each other as they're both screaming about sex. And Layla, I just look at Layla, and I look at Tyler, and I look back at Layla. I'm gonna eat him alive.
Oh, I don't doubt that. But is it even really much of a meal for you, though, if I'm being honest?
No, a snack. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to make sure. But yeah.
Layla, as you are walking around this scene of this, active crime scene, that Honey was a part of at one point. There is a point where you walk by one of the police cars and you see in the one of the door mirrors, as you look into the mirror, and you can see Harlan Yoon behind you.
She almost like jumps for a little bit, just like, Jesus fucking Christ. And she also has to like double take, like look behind her and like look back into the mirror to like make sure, like, okay, like, am I fucking hallucinating? Have I actually fucking lost it?
When you look back, you don't see them there, but you look back to the mirror and they're still in the mirror.
Oh my god, I'm actually fucking losing it. Lovely.
You okay?
I'm good. I'm good. I think the stress of everything is just finally starting to catch up with me. God, this is gonna be really fucking. Oh god, I can only imagine how bad this is gonna be for my fucking skin. Wake up in fucking wrinkles tomorrow. God damn.
Yeah, at this point, you're covered in runny makeup.
Oh god, don't even get me started on that.
You probably have some
Meanwhile, she's
hairs
got
out
some
of
fucking
place. You've got I don't know when you took your heels off. So
Probably when she's been taking them off on and off, like intermittently. Like she first took them off, I think, when she was originally going to the library. Put them back on when they were in the library. Took them off when we were walking to the church, and then she's had them on again because they made for really good stomping weapons inside the church. So
yeah, as you think back to just how stressful this whole journey has been, and knowing that to a certain extent you're almost at the end. You are one of the members of the group that have a protective vest on. You got a gun, and you have the image of someone that wanted to be you haunting your mind. As everyone finishes up gathering all the stuff that you need, the question lies, do you walk to the highest point in the city, to the Clover Corporation building, or do you find another way? As of right now, you would know that that's in a pretty busy part of town, so it would be pretty hard to drive there given all the people sleeping on the sidewalks.
Mm-hmm.
That said, there is always the streetcars. Those operate on electric power. So you could walk, and you could potentially jump streetcars until you get to the closest one to the building. One would definitely take longer than the other.
The streetcars, right, everybody?
I mean, that sounds like the sensible thing to do.
Sounds good to me.
yeah, it's fine with me. These heels are starting to give me a fucking. These are starting to like kill my feet anyway.
Do you want to get different shoes?
You
I
could.
didn't pack any.
I
didn't
mean,
pack any.
It kind of points around at all of the
There's a
sleeping
cop with little
people.
feet.
There might be someone here in your size. I just think you might be more comfortable not in heels.
You all are covered in, except for you, honey, covered in ink and blood and grime.
Wait. We're near downtown, guys. We could raid the boutiques here.
Do we have time for that?
I don't think a shot. I was just saying change some
Another
shoes.
question. Would that involve you getting undressed?
Okay. Time.
Maybe just the shoes. But
I will point out that the more places we stop, there is a higher likelihood of one of the nightmares finding us.
I'll
They do
protect
still
all
roam
of
the
you.
streets. You all can do as you please, just be aware of the risks.
I don't think we need a shopping trip. I was just suggesting a change of shoes.
Layla looks like she's like size 6 or something. Like,
There might be someone. Why do you want to go on a shopping
size
trip?
six and a
all
half,
this?
actually, but close enough.
oh, Doc Martens don't have half sizes, so that's really rough.
I know, yeah.
Anyway, you never wanted to raid a boutique?
Honey?
Yes.
I think you understand the point that I am making about the time we have and the danger of going to too many places. The dream world is actively spreading.
It's just a thought to put out there. Unless anyone was really uncomfortable and truly, I think now that we're outside, Honey is able to like get a better look at everyone. Your clothes don't look in great shape. Your clothes don't look in great shape. I'm just saying.
We can change after we either die or save the world. It does like, come on. I can't be.
Also change on streetcar.
Could change on the streetcar.
In front of each other.
Though there
another word
wouldn't be privacy.
Yeah, another word out of you, and I'm using these on you, I swear to God. She's gonna, like, hold up the handcuffs. Don't you dare fucking say it.
I'll say it.
Well,
Fine.
okay, well, at least you're not being, like, openly horny, but, like,
Fine, if you all want to go on a shopping trip, why start listening to me now?
I will say, do we look at any of these cups that have 6.5 size women's shoes?
I imagine there are other people in the place that you were
True,
robbing.
there could be a little
There's, like-
secretary.
True, but...
There's like a lot of people passed out on the streets, and a couple people who are like, you know how whenever there's like a bank robbery, there's always some bystanders not too far away. There's people who were held hostage inside. There's of course people who are sleeping in their cars that are stuck in the traffic jams. There might even be some people who are still asleep on some of the streetcars. So yeah, we could find a pair of shoes the size that
Great.
Layla needs if Layla wants them.
And everyone, I think, also realizes how Honey has been wearing white go-go boots the entire time with like the thick heel.
Oh my god.
But she's doing okay.
So over the top.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's a thick block heel, I'm assuming, so yeah, she's doing better than, like, me wearing, like, Layla wearing stilettos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Will these do, princess?
God, if I have to, but, like, at this point, might as well just go to the fucking boutique then. At least I'll get something better there.
They're holding up a pair of Skechers.
It was like, and she, like, looks, I was like, absolutely the fuck not. I have some standards.
As you all delve into making your final preparations before boarding a streetcar, we can head to our break for the evening. Joe, do we do the giveaways before or after?
We do them before, but we have not gotten anyone signed up for the giveaway, so we'll just keep it going until the end of the sesh. So we'll just see y'all very soon. Bye-bye. we're back.
Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's feeling nice and well rested after the break. With that in mind, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Last we had left off our group of dreamers accompanied by Myriad, who they gave a gun, which Myriad has tucked away into their wool. You're not sure how things stay secure in there, but apparently things stay secure in there. You all were getting ready to get onto streetcars and try to ride them up towards the Clover Corporation building. What ended up happening, however, is that Honey and Layla wanted to stop and rob a boutique. You all had boarded like this yellow streetcar, and they have these lines above them that connect them to like the electrical circuit that keeps them running. And they have all these like big colorful buttons up at the front where the operator would typically, operate. Eventually it comes to a stop in front of what kind of boutique would Layla and Honey pull over at?
Certainly someplace that wouldn't actually have comfortable shoes.
Yeah, as much as she was complaining about the shoes, she definitely would get something a little bit more high-end, and high-end usually equals uncomfortability, so...
Get a thick heel. It'll be fine. It'll work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So like a higher-end boutique.
So you pull up on this high-end boutique and pull the streetcar to a stop, and it's like across the street. There's like a handful of cars. There's a line of like backed up cars on the street, and the boutique stands tall with its sign still glowing saying that it's open because no one is awake to set it to closed. And is it just going to be you two that run in, or will James and Tyler accompany? There's also Myriad, who has a gun.
Somebody should go with them and make sure they stay safe. Maybe you can stay here and guard Myriad.
Yes, you're telling... I mean, I think we're gonna be fine, considering, I'm going with the very muscular she-wolf now, so...
Who definitely has killed people.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to dwell on it.
No, but I think
I'm saying that's a good thing.
It's an important point in your ability to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can wait here then.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at Honey, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
So James, Tyler, and Myriad will stay in the streetcar, and Honey and Layla, you two are free to run into the boutique. How do you approach?
God. Where to even begin? I think I might honestly try to find something for Tyler. Like maybe a more, I don't know about sturdy jacket, but something that is like approximately his size, has like a cool design or something along those lines. And nothing for the doctor. If we find something maybe vest-like or something that has pockets for Myriad, that might also be something, but mainly she's looking for a cool jacket for Tyler.
Yeah. And what about Layla? What are you looking for in this
boutique?
Layla is mainly looking to basically completely overhaul her look, essentially, because she's been wearing the same fucking, like, I think, what did I put in it? Because she's like, her leather jacket is, like, still, like, definitely, like, all messed up. Her crop top, her skinny jeans, her ankle boots are still, like, not the greatest, especially considering all the blood, ink, like, grime and filth that they've been through in this journey. So, a complete overhaul is kind of what she needs right now.
Yeah. So,
Iron's jacket.
Oh yeah, that's true.
so as the two of you kind of go around this boutique, looking for things, honey, you actually like looking for a sturdier jacket of sorts, at the very least, nice jacket. You actually find this really really nice, really nice leather red jacket, like candy red leather jacket. And it does indeed look perfect. It's on right now, like the one that you see is on a mannequin, and you can see like around it like other nice clothes and stuff laid out. And Layla, as you're like looking for a whole outfit overhaul, you find that section that just calls your name. You see aisles and aisles and aisles of stuff. And let's go ahead and start with honey. The red jacket you're looking for is on a mannequin. Do you approach the mannequin, or are you trying to see if there's any other?
If I think it's basically the same, it would fit Tyler. I just try to take it off of the mannequin.
Yeah. As you like get up to this, like on like a little podium that you have to stand up toward, and as you're like taking the jacket off of the mannequin, the eyes, where eyes should be, blink. And I'm gonna need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, because of course I, of all people, would figure out how to come up with a shopping themed monster in a 15-minute break.
Natural 20.
A natural 20. That's not good in this game, y'all.
I know.
And so as you you have like your hands pulling the jacket off of this thing, and its head like turns to you, almost like someone grabbed its head and span it, and it ends up not having the flexibility of a person to, lean the head back like one would if you had a spine. But it does seem to have the ability to move its entire body. As you feel it take a step forward and essentially leg trip you, and you fall backwards off of the podium with this mannequin collapsing on top of you, and you are going to take no, that die. You are going to take 2 damage, and since you are not one of the people that decided to wear a armored vest, you will not be able to reduce any damage from that, as this mannequin essentially forces itself forward and tackles you off of the podium. And what do you do in this moment?
With the wolf-like qualities that I have,
Yes.
did I gain like a mouth attack?
You certainly do have fangs.
Okay.
Uh,
Am I able to? I think first of all, I want to see. I like grab the head. Is it squishy or is it just like mannequin?
It's
Like-
just like mannequin plastic, but it, for some reason, has more like anthropomorphic features. Like it does seem to blink despite not having real eyes, and the pseudo face that it has does seem to like have nostrils that flare and a mouth that like moves, even though it doesn't have musculature to do so.
When it fell on me, am I sort of like? Are we face to face almost, or is its chest kind of closer?
Yeah, it's kind of it's pretty much chest to chest.
Okay.
It's now on top of you on the tile floor at the boutique.
I'm gonna try to bite its nose off.
All right, roll a. I'd say roll a. Normally that would be a D4 because it's unarmed, but you have fangs. So I'm gonna let it be a D6.
Thank you so much. Only 3.
Only 3. You bite the nose off of this mannequin. What's it look like as you do so?
I think I'm noticing that there's a lot more flexibility in my jaw, that I'm able to distend it more than I thought that I was able to. So it's almost within the seconds as I am about to, in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna bite this thing's fucking nose off. I'm realizing that my mouth is like, it's just gotten bigger. And all my teeth are sharp, and I just believe that I can do this. And then I go for it. And I sink my teeth into the plastic, and I really almost want it to taste. I want blood to come out, and I want to feel flesh in between all the teeth that I have. But whatever I end up going for, I at the very least am going to be successful in taking this thing's nose off.
Yeah, and as you bite into this thing's nose, you feel a liquid enter your mouth, but it tastes like liquid plastic. And as you like spit the nose out, and it like writhes, like it rolls off of you stiff like as you bite its nose, and it rocks over, and you see the liquid come out of the nose hole, and you see something else pop out of the nose hole that isn't liquid, but is concealed by the viscosity of the liquid, and it begins to scatter across the floor and hides itself underneath a rack of clothes. You know there's danger afoot. But before we see what you do in reaction to that, Layla, what fit have you coordinated in this time?
So I guess while Honey has been, being attacked by this mannequin from hell, Layla has basically like put on like, she's kept like her she's basically found like a long sleeve like a long sleeve black shirt, like very like sort of, it's like what's the word for it, it's very form-fitting. I'll say that. It's like a form-fitting, long sleeve black shirt, like black faux leather pants, and like with like over the knee like boots with a chunky heel, I will add. So with a chunky heel, but they're like knee high, almost over the knee boots. And she does toss away her old leather jacket, but she does keep on Harlan's old jacket. She is basically like kind of fluffing up, like adjusting the jacket and like making sure like her boots are up basically before like before she's like getting ready to go like look for Honey now. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Like, how are you doing? Basically, kind of deal.
So as you're looking into this, like you're looking into your mirror, doing your little fit check, and you see exiting out of like a dressing room behind you, the visage of like Harlan passing by you, off in the distance. And as you turn around to see where what could be behind you, you don't see Harlan there in actuality. But you do see that of all the like circular racks of clothes and some of the things that are on display, you see one of the circular racks actually rustling, which is strange.
Oh, hell no. Like, and she, like, almost, like, physically vocalizes that out, like, oh, hell no, there better not be anything in there.
Yeah, and as you verbalize it, you see one of the jackets on the rack drop. And then you see the jacket move. The jacket now on the floor was a crumpled pile of, alligator skin, as it was an alligator skin jacket. And unfortunately, you now see this mass of alligator skin crawling toward you as it sweeps out of the coat rack area, and you see the sleeve pull itself forward and the next sleeve pull itself forward, and it's almost like crouch, like you're watching a soldier prone crawling toward you. I'm gonna need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Hey. Okay. Let's bring up. 12 against an 11.
Ooh, that's not good. So this jacket launches itself up off the ground toward you, wrapping around your face for, that's only going to be 2 damage against you. And of course, if you have hit protection, it would come out of that first.
I don't have hit protection, but I do have an armored.
You do have the armored vest on, so that would reduce that to only 1 damage. And so you take 1 damage as out of your strength score, as you have this jacket clasp around you, and you don't know how. Because your face is in darkness right now, but you can feel something piercing the skin on your back, and you think maybe if it had to be anything, it'd have to be the zipper. What do you do in this moment as
Literal zipper
fashion strikes back?
Fashion strikes back. I think. Okay. So you said basically the sleeves are basically wrapping around my entire face, while the zipper teeth basically like sink into my back, essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. I think she's essentially gonna try and see if she can like pry
Rip it
this,
off.
like at least rip it off or get it at least off of her face, so she can do something else, whether that be run or just, I don't know, stab it or just shoot at it even. Fuck it, I don't know. But
Go
definitely
ahead.
pry it off her first.
Go ahead and make a strength check. Hello? Have we lost?
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Okay.
I don't know what happened.
You just like
Discord
froze
said
for a
no.
second.
Yeah, I think my Discord was very spicy with this connection for a second.
But yes, go ahead and make a strength roll.
Alright, strength saving roll. This should be very fun. Okay, 2 against a 6.
2 against a 6. What does it look like as you manage to pull this jacket off of you and throw it to the ground?
I think first and foremost, she's definitely gonna at least get the sleeves off of her, because like if they're covering her face, there's a high chance that they're probably like choking her or like depriving her of the ability to breathe. So getting those off first is like gonna be like the big thing. So it's like in like a surge of like, I don't know, call it like adrenaline or just something, whether or not, but like or even just like anger at the fact that like I just got a new fucking outfit and you're already fucking ruining it. How fucking dare you? So it's almost like that kind of like hysterical sort of thing. She sort of pries the sleeves off of her face and away from her before like actually reaching back and feeling each of the zipper teeth just pull out of her back, and she just yanks it out and tosses it away.
Yeah, you toss it away from you, and as you do so, James and Tyler, as the two of you are like sitting very calmly in the streetcar, Myriad just kind of points up at one of the windows in the boutique, and goes,
Look,
and you see like the silhouette of Layla throwing a jacket, and Myriad goes,
we should probably start the streetcar.
and as that is happening, as you said, you're on it, Dr. James. So you go to like get the streetcar ready, and Tyler, you can see behind you, only 2 blocks away, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, as invisible siren, an invisible whatever it is, approaches, emitting these lights, blooming in the distance.
Tyler hastily closes a Google tab where he had started to type, "Can you really get nosebleeds when?" And he like quickly puts his phone away and goes, "Hey, there's a thing coming," and
All right. Well, I'm trying to start the thing. Go
start it fast. Haven't you ever done this before?
drive a streetcar?
You're a professor. I figure you know things.
I'm not an auto mechanic.
Hey, what do you want me to do?
Just go yell at them to get the fuck back in here. I don't care if they've got the right shoes or not. We gotta go.
Hey, he like jumps off the car and starts running towards the boutique.
Yeah, you start running towards the boutique as James, you're getting the like looking at all the colorful buttons and like going, okay, what process was it again? Looking at like the manual that's there and going, okay, this one first, that one, and then Tyler, you're running up to the door. And we're gonna jump back over to Honey. You are like on the like floor of the boutique after you just bit the nose off of a mannequin, and you look towards the clothing rack that this strange little critter that crawled out of the mannequin ran towards, and then you look to your left of that same clothing rack, and off in the distance you can see Tyler sprinting towards the glass door of the boutique, and you know that whatever you just spat out is in between yourself and well, the exit. What do you do?
I make sure to take the jacket off because I'm still getting that. But I have this weird sense inside of me where whatever jumped out, I'm gonna eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have it tucked under I have the jacket tucked under my arm, clocking Tyler, but I'm stalking to see where exactly whatever the thing was.
Mm-hmm.
And at this angle, I can see the exit of the door, like it's there.
Yeah,
right?
You can see the exit. It's the glass door, and you can probably hear the sound like muffled on the distance of Layla doing something.
She's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try and like just reach out for it and grab it.
Okay, go ahead and reaching into like this clothing rack that's in front of you. And looking for what it may have been.
that be? What role would that be? To find it before it finds your hand. I'm gonna say make a dexterity roll, because you're like moving your hand around a lot and hoping that if you do touch something that doesn't feel like cloth, that you can grab it first.
11 out of 14.
All right, so you will get to act before whatever this creature is. What do you do?
I reach through, like, even if I have to, like, grab my hand around, like, fabric before I can grab it, so be it. Like, I just take it in my hands. Or, like, how it's small, right?
Yeah, it was like you saw something that was probably around the size of, like
a dollar coin.
Yeah, my brain was about to say Rice Krispie treat because you're thinking about eating it. But yeah, it's kind of like only like maybe 2-3 inches long, whatever what animated that mannequin. And as you like grab onto it, you can feel it almost like you said you grab it with like a piece of fabric. You can feel it squirming within the fabric. And when you squeeze a little bit, you can feel like resistance in your hand, almost like something hard is resisting.
I'm gonna take the fabric off so that I can see what it looks like.
You see a strange little flesh critter with 4 tiny little legs. And it almost has like a rat-like tail, but no hair. And it doesn't look like an animal either. It has like, it's like a weird pale flesh, no eyes, but like 2 little holes at the front that might be a nose, maybe? You're not entirely sure what the fuck this thing is.
I put it halfway through my mouth and I bite its head off.
Go ahead and make an enhanced roll, so a d12.
D12.
Because it can't fight back.
7.
7. That with the combined 3 damage that you did earlier, that's going to do it in. So what happens as you bite this thing?
Tyler sees.
Yeah, Tyler, you would see Honey standing there with something in her hand, biting on something as you're running towards the glass door.
With a red jacket, for whatever reason, tucked under my arm, me biting something indistinguishable, Honey swallowing it, maybe chewing it, whatever, but for the most part, it looks like she only needed to bite a couple times for it to be good enough for her. She discards it, and there is blood coming down her mouth and chin, as well as down her hand. She opens the door for you and smiles, offering the jacket. Blood.
Tyler quickly like checks under his nose. And then...
I got this
Honey,
for you, baby.
What do you think when you bit into the creature? That is a creature of the dreamscape. What would have satisfied you the most in terms of taste?
I think I'm still new to this dream creature thing. And it would have even... There's a thrill of, like, biting something raw and still alive. The fact that it was fleshy and bloody was all that I really wanted out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else is just sort of a pleasant surprise.
And so as you get that nice satisfaction of the flesh and the pseudo blood that it has, it It tastes almost sweet as you open the door and you hand this jacket towards Tyler. And Layla, you can see the front door opening on the horizon. Like you can see it overneath like a couple of different like racks of clothes that you're behind. You just threw this jacket to the floor after pulling it off your face and its teeth out of your padded vest that managed to sink through just enough to get to your skin. And as you ripped it off and it's now on the floor in front of you, you can see like the glass door in the distance over top of the racks of clothes. What do you do?
As much as she would love to put this thing out of its misery, to, I don't know, maybe get another free jacket, because who would really say no to an alligator like skin like jacket like that? It is very nice. She does, I guess, realize that they have more important things to do. And seeing as how the door is already open, she'll make her way back over towards the door. Just basically run, essentially.
Yeah, go ahead and make me another dexterity check. To see if you can get past this potential, this jacket that you've shown mercy. Hit the jukes on this jacket.
Hit the jukes on this jacket, because that is a 2 against an 11.
Ooh, what's it look like as you, now with new shoes, new fit, new everything, manage to escape the fashion which tried to trap you?
It's almost like in getting this new fit, it's like you're seeing like Layla in essentially her prime. Like this is like if Harlan was alive to see this, he would be over the fucking moon and be like, that's who I want to fucking be. Like that's like this is Layla Patel in her goddamn prime right here. Like she almost makes it look elegant and graceful, yet also like she just puts the she ducks one way, goes the other, like essentially trips up and ankle breaks this jacket somehow without the jacket even having ankles. But like she does so with like this elegant, confident, model-like confidence, as almost as if she is like walking down a runway, and just immediately jukes out this this jacket, almost like, you know that thing in like where movies where some people did where they just like where they have handrails and you just sit on it and slide down.
Yeah.
Like she does that almost like a sort of like quote unquote showstopper like move that she does to get down the lower floor, and just walks out to the door. And just she's out.
My mouth is bleeding. You were fine.
Cutting back over. Coming back over to James and Myriad. Myriad is looking off on the distance, and red, blue. It's now only 1 block away from you. Hey, that rhymed. James, as you like find the correct buttons, Myriad pulls the gun out of their wool. It goes, I'm not sure what to shoot.
Okay.
I'm not sure what to shoot.
Myriad, we're not going to shoot them right now. Okay, I can't get this on. Okay, just we're gonna sit here, we're gonna hide, duck down, and I'm just gonna like get low underneath the like eye level of the, I imagine like the glass windows on either side to see if maybe we can avoid detection.
Yeah, so you are going to try to hide down, and as the like Tyler, Honey, and Layla, as you're standing in the doorway, you look out back towards the street, and you see the street slowly turning red, blue, as the lights go down toward the streetcar. And I'm gonna have Dr. James go ahead and make me I'm gonna have you make me a... Ooh, this could be strength or dexterity to say
controlling your body and making sure you don't move too much. So I'm gonna say, whichever one of those, your choice.
That feels more like Dex to me. I'm
All right.
not just saying that because that's the higher of those two stats.
I'm gonna have Myriad roll as well.
Oh gosh. Well, I rolled a 5 out of 16, so I'm good.
Myriad rolled a success.
Yeah.
And so you and Myriad crouch down inside the streetcar, and Myriad is like sitting there shivering with a gun in hand. And this is the first time you've been this close to the red and blue lights. And so sooner or later, the streetcar becomes fully enveloped in the red, and blue. And as you look around at the windows, you can see the windows fog up on the streetcar. And you can see almost like fingers drew them, like eyeballs be like drawn onto the streetcar all over. And you see like the pupil of the eyeball for each of these drawn on eyeballs, like suddenly beating around like they're trying to see anything at all. And Myriad like covers their mouth as if they're trying not to breathe. And a moment goes by. And you're safe. As the red, blue moves on, but all the drawn-on eyes remain. And slowly, as the condensation re-equates itself, that's the word, isn't it? You get the point. Gets used to the temperature of the actual street and streetcar itself. The eyes begin to fade away, and you're safe.
James lets out like a very slow breath, like also was just fully holding his breath, especially once the eyes started to be drawn, and then just like lets out the breath, the eyes go away, just kind of like gets into the fetal position and just sits there for a moment with like the gun that was in his hand and just like still there, like being like held like limply over his knee as he just kind of curls up for a moment and just is like, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.
Do mortals live under surveillance like this at all times?
Whether we say it out loud or not. Yes.
Okay. I don't like your world.
Most of us don't like it either. But
And
we still gotta live here.
as that is happening, Tyler, James, and Layla, you have escaped your problem at the boutique. You're standing in the front door and you see the lights go by and the streetcar is safe, but you don't see Myriad and James standing in the streetcar yet as they've ducked down. So for all you know, you can't see them. But yes, you are now out of danger. Immediate danger, at least.
Well, I think upon not seeing them, Tyler, and also upon the lights being gone, Tyler would like run back to the streetcar to check and see if James and Myriad were still there.
Yeah, and as you open the door, you can see James curled up on the floor next to Myriad, who's clutching a gun.
You okay?
God.
I don't like living in your cities.
Yeah, join the
I
club.
want to go home.
Okay. It just
And-
like slowly gets up tucks the gun back into his pants. Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think we should just kind of hang out here for a little bit, actually.
We need
Of course
to
we're Of
go.
course we're ready to go. I'm kidding. Jeez. Lighten up.
Like, just like shoots a look.
And go on.
I the only thing, Honey is just super insistent on like getting Tyler to put on the leather jacket that she had just gotten him, and I think she's just like, well, I mean, after all of that, you have to try it on.
Yeah, I'll try it. He like slips it on. He's kind of lanky, so it probably fits him pretty easily. And he kind of like looks at it. And he's like, I've never had nice clothes before. Is this good?
And Honey has blood again still down her mouth and her hand. And I think she will kind of respectfully not touch him with the bloody hand that she has, but at the very least she's like just pats down his lapels. It looks perfect.
Thank you.
And as that moment is had, Dr. James, you get the streetcar running, and the streetcar begins to move down the street. Is there any last words anyone would like to have before we bring an end to this session?
I think Layla, being the fashion expert, would like to look over like Tyler's new jacket and see if it actually like looks good. Listen, it may have Honey seal of approval, but like I'm the resident fashion expert here, so yeah. But before she does that, she will kind of go over to Honey and like, you got a little bit of on your it's just sort of like use like a little part of her shirt to sort of just wipe the blood off onto her mouth.
With Layla dabbing on her mouth and Tyler, she's probably like, I think almost like if we're sitting like in the streetcar, like kind of half sitting on his lap a little bit, Honey makes a point to look at Dr. James and she smiles.
I think Honey notices that at this particular instance, you get nothing from him. Like, there's something that is drained away from him, where, like, he sees, like, the whole jacket thing, and, like, you do this very pointed look, and he just looks at you and goes, whatever. And, like, gives no other, like, and just goes back to driving. Like, almost in a way that doesn't even feel like, oh yeah, you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do. In a way that is almost like, I don't care. I don't care about any of this at this point right now.
And so, as you all get away with some new fashion, a new purpose, and the Clover Corporation skyscraper in mind, that's where we're going to end this week for our lovely little dreamers. Joe. Oh wait, no, first, hello everyone. I forgot to do the Bad House mid-break announcements earlier. Bad House RPG events coming up. We have a couple episodes of Slumber on YouTube. You can catch the live here on Wednesdays, and the VODs hit on Mondays. Midnight Rush episode 14's VOD and podcast will be live on this Friday. And we've cast for Asian Liminal Horror Story, but we are still taking applications for our new Asian Darkness Eternal story in Macau. Use !Macau to check out that form. Even if you're not Asian, we're still looking for guests who are interested. I am Oleander. I have been your GM, and I am at Stray Nerd Boy at basically everywhere. Everywhere that's not owned by Meta, at least. Keep an eye open for an eventual YouTube channel. I'll throw it to Joe.
Hello, everyone. I am Josephine at Scary Dog Friend. Oh gosh, what a sesh. I have been Honey, previously the late Harlan Yoon, and you can find me over on Fridays at the Mandy's channel. We're playing Cursive Sapphics, which is basically Cursive Strahd, but we're all Sapphic players and characters. Keep a pulse on the Corrupted on Secret Nerd podcast very soon. I was a previous player on Ties That Bind on the Secret Nerd podcast, but we got something cooking that has me and Oleander in it this coming month, so we'll see. Again, yes, the Asian Liminal Horror Story of the Kowloon Walled City is currently closed. Those are closed applications, but we are still looking for applicants for our Asian Darkness Eternal universe. Again, if you are not Asian and you still want to apply to be a guest, please throw your hat in the ring. We love to see new names, new faces. I put in chat !Macau. And then we'll wrap up introductions and we will roll for the next winner for the giveaway tonight. So I'll pass it to Abhishek.
Hey everyone, my name is Abhishek Matange. You can find me most places on the internet at neon_Raiden, or you can also find me on Instagram at AbhishekMatange_VO. I'm a voice actor, TTRPG AP performer, and all-around general nerd and lover of things tokusatsu. So Power Rangers, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, the whole shebang. Other projects you can find me in. Actually, I do have one announcement for myself. You can find me over on the Nerds with Dice Twitch channel on tomorrow, actually, now that I think about it, if I'm double check my dates to make sure I'm not crazy. But yes, yeah, tomorrow, April 3rd, over at 9 p.m. you can find me over on Nerds with Dice for the finale, season 2 finale and series finale of Ironsworn in the Valley. It's a very fun Ironsworn adventure using the Ironsworn system that I've been involved in for like the past year and such now. Really, really nice characters, really nice setting. So please come by, check it out when you get a chance. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. We've got some very fun things planned for that. Other than that, I'm not involved in any other current projects at the moment, although I will definitely be applying to the Macau casting call that Joe just mentioned. So that's gonna be fun. Other than that, there's nothing else. That's pretty much it for me. So I will pass it over to Sean.
What's up, everybody? My name is Sean, and I'm on most socials, or all socials really, at HighGainSad, mostly Blue Sky and TikTok. Over on Blue Sky, I'm just talking about comic books and professional wrestling mostly. And then also I am the resident game master over at twitch.tv/imaginationarcade. Seasonal Depression had hands, so I didn't do much over the winter, but I've got a couple of games in the works. So we will be back streaming live there pretty soon. And also, I just popped up on the end cap for Midnight Rush last week. So maybe something will happen with our old boy who just popped up there last week. So lots of cool stuff coming. And I'll throw it over to Kendo.
Hey everybody, my name was Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. You can find me everywhere on the internet that matters at Kendo Makes Films. I've just been guesting on a lot of stuff recently. You can find me over on an episode released today of Mage Hand High Fives interview bonus episodes that they do. You can go find me. They're talking about actual plays, what motivates certain decisions when people are making actual plays, and why we make them in the first place, and also just more big-headed theory bullshit that just bounces around in my head that sometimes people ask me to talk about. You can also find me every Friday over on the Kobold Press Twitch and YouTube at Kobold Press for Kobold Chats, where I talk about all things tabletop RPGs, Kobold Press, and what's coming out for Tales of the Valiant, and all sorts of things, especially since we have 2 new games coming out as well. Our card game Necromancer, where you play necromancers fighting for the Will of Souls, and the Riverbank RPG, where you play sweet little proper animals in Edwardian England getting into all sorts of mischief. So if you want to know more stuff about that, hit up Kobold Chats. I will be talking about it this Friday and every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you like more horror and more actual play stuff, you like all of me talking about actual plays and TTRPGs, you can watch me do it over on Tales Get Told, wherever you get your podcasts and wherever on the internet that actually matters, at Tales Get Told. And if you like Tales Get Told and you like her sick merch, like what Oleander's wearing, you can go get that at merchyetsold.shop. Since why not plug it? Since I have that, someone has the merch, so why not? And with all that being said, I'm going to pass it right back on over to Josephine.
Let's roll for the winner. Congratulations to Random Rhapsody as well as Spear Waddle D. Let's get it.
No!
All right. And make sure to have your Twitch whispers open so that I can get a best email from you and I can get you those 6 official Liminal horror modules from Goblin Archives themselves. Bye.
Bye!
Sweet dreams.
Sweet sheep dreams.
God.